Record.
All set.
All right. Well, good evening, everyone. This is I'm Jen Rothbart and Josh Dunsky, and tonight we have it's both of our team calls. So I'm really excited to have Josh be able to share with a lot of our team. I know a lot of your teams on this call, and what I love about Isagenix is we are really one big team. We have done many events with the Dunskys over the years. We actually are in similar towns, and I don't know. I know you guys are all over, probably getting on this call, but we've collaborated with you guys, I don't know how many years now, but quite a few. And it was an introduction by Lisa Cohen who found you. I don't even know the whole story, but regardless, Josh and Lisa Dunsky are amazing. They're incredible, incredible leaders. For those of you on my team that don't know who they are, they've been in the business now 7 years. Josh and Lisa are five-star Crystal Executives, five-star Golden Circle, four-star Crystal Executive. I got that right. And I will tell you, they have another business center that is actually a two-star Golden Circle as well. So I consider them a seven-star because it's 5 + 2, and you guys are 7 stars in my book, right?
We'll go with that.
I'm in. So think about that, guys. Like, think about, 5-star, getting to 5 stars, 100 cycles, and getting to 2 stars, 20 cycles. So it's all amazing, and they're building an incredible team. They're incredible leaders. I don't know where you were, I know you've been traveling and speaking, and just such givers and very kind-hearted people. And I love Josh's story. Josh has an amazing clinic, a spine and rehab clinic in Framingham, Massachusetts, that's helped not only myself heal some crazy stuff that I have, but also many, many others. So I'm just grateful to you, Josh and Lisa. I adore getting to know you guys, and thank you for all you do. So without further ado, Josh has some interesting information about the compensation plan, which is my favorite solution in Isagenix. I love the products. They work. It's food. It's great. I'm not a scientist. I'm not science-based, but I love this business. I've been in it almost 7 years myself. For those of you that don't know me, I am a 5-star Golden Circle, actually 5-star Crystal Executive. I love what I do. It has freed our family financially. The products have completely changed my life. And I just, can't get enough Isagenix in the direction we're going, guys. It's like crazy, absolutely crazy. I love this company more than anything. So with that being said, I'm going to turn the call over to you, Josh. Take it away.
First of all, we just want to say how much we love you, Jen, and love your team. And yes, we've done some amazing events together, and it's like no other place. I mean, the cohesiveness is just, it's so great. We're not financially attached, and yet you've helped us so much, and we've collaborated on so many levels. So it's such a great place to be. We are super excited to talk about this subject tonight. I love this. I love the comp plan. Lisa loves the comp plan. We love talking to other network marketers about our business. Why? Because truly we have the best compensation plan to date that we know of.
End of meeting.
End of meeting. That's it. So I want to interject this real quick. We normally we're going to go a little longer tonight for our team that's on here. We are going to still we have another group called Growth U with John, who's on here, Transform U. We're going to jump on that when this call is over. So all you that we're going to jump on to Transform U, stay with us through the end. And then we're going to start that when we get over with this call. We'll jump over to the regular line. So don't go anywhere. That being said, we want to talk about the comp plan. Lisa and I love starting conversations with other network marketers. And I think everybody on here would love to have more network marketers on their team. We have a lot of them that can attest that came aboard because of the compensation plan. Because some of them were actually powerhouses in their company, but they were just stuck. And there's reasons why they're stuck. So the information we're going to go over, you don't need this information to be super successful. You absolutely don't. But if you want to talk to other network marketers, it's kind of good to know why our plan is so much different than most other plans and what those other traps are and those pitfalls. So that's what we're going to talk about tonight. It's going to be recorded. If you feel a little overwhelmed, don't worry. It can be a little bit. We're going to do compensation plan 2.0. So you share, they share is 1.0. We're going to go a little deeper, but it's going to make sense. I promise you. We're just going to highlight the differences. We're not going to talk about everything. And we're going to jump in. Anything you want to say?
No.
Okay.
Except you're handsome.
Thank you. All right.
Talented.
So let me pull my screen up, and I'm going to share my screen, and let's see here.
share button.
Okay. So I can see Miss Kim Alaprantis, Mrs. Kim Alaprantis. Can you see us? Can you see my screen? Jen, there you are too. Okay. So we're going to talk about compensation plans and network marketing. Before we do that, let's talk about business. Let's talk about business. So as Jen said, I'm a chiropractor. I've been practicing for 20 years. That is a business. Many of you have your own businesses now, had them in the past. And what I want you to know is there's a similarity here behind what we do. And it's very poignant. This is just business. In fact, there was a very, very handsome man with fiery red hair that once said, the ultimate social lubricant is business. That would be John Raines, who we all know and love. He's a master of business. And he's right. So business brings people together, brings society together. And I've had experience in businesses. I've invested in some businesses and started some businesses that became super, super successful. I've invested in some places and businesses which weren't, and it gives you a great experience. I'm very proud of that. Two people that I think we can be very thankful for is Jim and Kathy. I mean, what they've done here is just unprecedented. Kathy went to the top of 3 different companies and was burned by all 3. Does she know the plans? Does she know what's out there in the industry to bring us the goodness? She does. And she knows how to eliminate that junk so we don't have to deal with it. So I feel very fortunate there. But I want to talk to you right now about Mama's Apple Pie Shop. So Mama makes these crazy, you like that, Lorna? Crazy apple pies. They're so good. You can smell them cooking.
Apologize to anybody who's cleansing right now.
Oh yeah, if you're cleansing, sorry about that. But Mama makes these great apple pies. And it's funny because Mama has a small business. She's been doing this for years. And guess how she gets business? She gets business because people drive by. And she also gets business because people talk about it. So Paul, up in your left-hand corner there, Paul drove by Mama's Apple Pies. He stopped in, had the best apple pie of his life, and he goes back there once a week, but he doesn't tell anybody. And that's cool. That's okay. We love Paul. Linda's been in there, and Linda refers people. She went to this, got this apple pie. I don't want to make it big because I'll lose.
No, I know, but you should probably do this.
I'm going to lose. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. If I lose, yeah, I don't know pointer. All right, we'll try it this way. So Linda refers people in. She loves the apple pies. Lisa comes into apple pies and she doesn't refer anybody. Bill drives by the apple pie shop. Bill doesn't even stop in. You know why Bill doesn't stop in? He doesn't want apple pies. But Mama didn't close her shop down because Bill doesn't like apple pies, right? Henry comes in, he refers a ton of people. You get the point here. There's 2 ways into every business. There's only 2 ways. You're either referred into a business, I don't care what you sell, what widget you have, what hardware store you have, if you sell wallpaper, people either referred you in or you found them yourself. Advertising, yellow pages, they're a little antiquated now. You drove by and you went in. That's it. Business is based on what? All business is based on what? Finding customers and delivering value. That's it. That is it. Business is based on finding customers, delivering value. Every single business works the same way. You guys, network marketing is a business. That's all it is. When people say, oh, you do one of those things, yeah, I'm in business. Oh, I would never be involved in network marketing. I can't believe you do that. You mean you don't like business? You don't like helping people? You know, that's fine. You don't like money from it? I mean, that's basically what the conversation is in our heads. It is business, and people misunderstand because of some of the things that are out there, some of the tricks and some of the people that have been burned and false expectations. But that's really what it is. It's just business. And that's the most important thing before we get into the different type of structures. So is everybody cool with that? Everybody? Okay, good. Yeah.
I'm just going to do this.
All right. All right. So Jen, I can see you. So if we stop for any reason.
I'm just trying
there we go.
Yeah. That way it just shows more of the screen.
All right. So here's some examples of the compensation plans out there. We're going to talk about stair-step breakaway. We're going to talk about the matrix. We're going to talk about unilevel and then binary. These are the main ones, but there's really only 2 we need to be concerned with. But I'm going to touch on stair-step and matrix at first. And what this is, these are different structures behind how we get paid. Isagenix is a binary. Okay, but there's different binaries. So oftentimes we'll be on the phone with someone and they'll say, oh, you guys have binary too. Yeah, aren't they great? And they say, yeah, it's the same thing as Isagenix. No. There's a classic difference, and that's one of the important things. And I can't tell you over and over again, we have so many people that came into this because of the conversation. We didn't beat them up. We just asked questions. So once you find out about this, just ask questions. So let's look at the stair-step breakaway, okay? And you can find this out. So if you Google doTERRA, whatever, or Young Living, or any other company, Beachbody, what's the Shakeology. You can find out what structure they are. Just look it up, and then you'll know some keys to start thinking about when you have conversations with people. But stair-step breakaway means, you ready for this? Some of these are hard to believe, but this is how they work. When you create a manager, right? You create a manager in a stair-step breakaway. That manager breaks off from your tree. It's true. And guess what? You get less and less of a percentage. And that manager is now on their own. I mean, we don't even have to go any further than that. Does that build cohesiveness? Does it build synergy? Is that person now 7, 8 months, 10 months down the road helping you grow your business? No. You've created a manager and you get less and less of a percentage, but they're on their own. Okay. That's the only, I mean, you're not going to see many of these anymore, but they're still there. Now here's the matrix. The matrix structure, and this is really antiquated. The matrix, although there's a couple that still function like this, the matrix means the company places people where they want. So Jen Rothbard doesn't get to decide where she places her next enrollment. So let me ask you, who does this benefit? Benefits the company. Doesn't benefit you, and there's a lot of strategies behind the way we build. It doesn't benefit Lisa if she's enrolling someone and she knows who she wants to put this person with. So, it just, again, you don't have to go any further. They're going to place people that's going to best compensate the company, period. Okay. So we're not going to spend time on those two. But now we're going to talk about unilevel and binary. And unilevel is what I want everybody to pay attention to, because this is most unilevel and binary are what you're going to see out there.
Just say U and B. And
U and B.
Save you some embarrassing moments.
Done. So unilevel is just this. You enroll, and now there are certain levels that mean a lot to you. And after those levels, they don't mean so much to you anymore. So as you can see, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. The 7th level is basically what we call a terminal level. Okay. So you enroll people into the level, and you can put people wherever you want, on your first level, your second level, your third level. Okay. But what happens is below the 7th level, you don't get any of that volume anymore. There's no volume that goes to you after the 7th level. These are called, other names are generation restrictions, but the termination level, TL, keep that in mind. So that's a big no-no. Isagenix, we can go infinitely deep. Well, I'm going to talk about infinitely because I feel like company is infinite, even though we know we max one business center at 13.5. And Lisa made a good point the other day. We were talking about this. It really is infinite because we get another business on top of it. That business is still pumping. People are still being added and no one gets left out in the cold. So I do think it's infinite for that. I mean, theoretically and literally, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. So it's pretty cool. So what's that?
I just said a word that is not a real word.
So
I'm going to keep quiet.
In order to optimize the uni level, you only place people on level 1. That's the only place you want to do it. If you're going to optimize this plan and you're going to reap the reward as much as you can from this company, you never, ever, ever, never, ever, ever, ever place anybody anywhere else. Okay. There's a couple problems with that though. Say you bring in Sam and you have a lot of potential for Sam. You're like, Sam's going to rock it. He's going to just kill it and make us a ton of money and it's going to be awesome. And Sam tries, but he's not doing so hot and he's not really generating a lot of business and he's struggling. So he's taken up a spot in your business. So what do you want to do? Well, you either want to put someone under him, you put Peter under him because you either want to support Sam or you need to utilize that spot. And guess what Peter does? Peter explodes. Jen Rothbard calls us up. She's like, Josh and Lisa, this guy is incredible. This guy's he's going to help us grow this like you've never seen before. Awesome. So Peter becomes a rock star. The problem is Peter's on your level 3, right? He's under Sam. He's that much closer to your termination level, which is not good for you. Remember, you're at the top here, right? All the volume is pushed down now. He's that much closer, so you don't get all of the goodness that Peter's going to generate for you. Those are some serious detours and roadblocks right there. I wouldn't even call them detours, they're roadblocks. you're going to stop getting that volume below because he's that much closer to the generation level, generation restriction or termination level. And just to point out, we want to support people, right? So if you're going to build on that first level and you put Sam there, the company encourages you to put someone under Sam. But again, what does that do for your wallet and your pocketbook? It pushes volume down. That's not good for you. How great is it when you can look down 300 people deep, 4,000 people deep, 15,000 people deep, and you're getting paid 6 to 18% or 6% base on all of that, unlimited. That's not what this is. You're terminated. So I want everybody to see that there's termination levels. You don't get paid anymore in this scenario. Cool with that? All right. So guess what else happens? This breeds competition. This doesn't breed a synergistic environment because Sam is blocking dude at the top. That's you. He's like, dude, you're blocking me with all this volume coming up. And the reason is, again, because he's closer to that termination level. And so what basically happens is if you want to maximize this compensation plan, you only place people on level 1, right? If you only do that, you can never support your team. Does everybody see that? That's super important, which is very different. I'm going to go over the comparison with the binary, but right now, if you're going to maximize this level, you never place people at level 2. It's only going to be on Sam's level. So basically, they're on an island by themselves, right? They're on their own. Do you see a problem with that? Huge problem. Huge problem. Competition. You're not happy when people are enrolling far down because you're going to get less and less of that commission. So you ask yourself, what kind of culture does this breed? And, John said it again. John does this great podcast with Kirsty Cody, and it's very true. The compensation plan dictates the culture. We have such a loving, cohesive, synergistic culture in Isagenix. So this is not good on so many levels. No pun intended. So what happens is the company says, okay, we see that there's a termination. Let's deal with compression. We're going to give you compression volume. So now what they say is under the 7th level, we're going to take all that volume and we're going to compress it up. And it goes up to the leader. So Linda's kicking butt. Linda's at the top there. She's got her team built and she's qualified. You have to be a qualified leader. She's now getting a percentage of all the levels under the 7th level. Okay. What's the problem with that? And that's called compression. What's the problem with that? Because when Linda enrolls Peter, let's say, and Peter starts doing well, and he rises up and qualifies, guess who now gets that compression volume? Peter does, and not Linda. How crazy is that? So Jen Rothbard, let's say she enrolled me, and I start doing well, and I qualify, I now steal Jen Rothbard's commission every month, that compression volume, right? Yeah, and she's pissed at me. Do you guys see that? I got goosebumps when I just said that because that's crazy, but that's how this works. So is Jen happy with me? Does Jen want to help me build? Heck no. She wants to slit my throat, right? So that's not good for a synergistic relationship and a loving environment. I'm going to say this all night long because the culture is why people stay here. When you can help the average person make a significant amount of money in a relatively short period of time, depending on the work that they put in, it will change your life in that time. So that's not what this is. Little me over here gets all Jen's money. Now she's getting nothing because the compression can't go everywhere. It's going to go to the leaders who qualify and it dilutes. Not good. So when you're writing these notes and you go through these notes tonight or tomorrow, you're going to see some questions to ask people. So I know, Jen, you're with company XYZ. So what happens with compression? What happens when one of your leaders rises up? Who gets that compression? And if she may not know any of this, if she's not looking at her bank account or her commission checks, but if she does, she's going to say, well, it actually moves to the rock star. That's a big problem. So the point is, Jen has to keep hustling and hustling. And there's a difference between working your business smart. You have to be a super rock star, super salesperson, and be a master enroller. In our company, you got to work, but you don't have to be a master enroller, right? You got to know how to duplicate and build deep, and we'll talk about that. So let's go to pools. Everybody cool with that? I can only see Jen. Jen, are you cool? Is it? Oh, there's some questions. Well, how about this?
We'll get them at the end.
Yeah, we'll get the questions at the end. So let's talk about the pools. So we all love our pools, right? Lisa does a phenomenal training on the pools and how to milk every single dollar off the table that
Maximize, not milk.
maximize. how to get all that money. Isagenex puts the money there for us. They just say you have to do X, Y, Z. So it's there. But here's what happens in other companies. Let's say we're going to use bronze, silver, diamond pools. In order to qualify for a bronze pool or a diamond pool, whatever it is, they say to you, whoever hits this level gets a percentage of the pool. So if you want to be in the diamond pool, you've got to hit a certain level, right? So what happens is the more people that are in that pool, the more it's diluted. Now, before you say, well, that's true in Isagenix, yes, but not so much. And I'm going to show you the difference. So in this uni-level scenario, the more people that are in the pool, the more the dilution happens. The more people that are rank advancing, right? Because you want your people to rank advance, those pools become diluted, okay? And they actually work against themselves. The difference is, I'll quickly tell you this, most of the money made in the uni level are from pools. And if you want to have a viable business, most of your money that you make should come from cycles. And that will prevent you from getting stung when the pools get diluted. Now, Isagenix is very generous. They dump more and more money into these pools, but they don't have to do that. These companies front load because they want to grow their business very quick. And then they say, oh man, I want to get to diamond. You know how much my buddy made and he's a diamond? He makes X, Y, Z. Well, look at that 3 or 4 years later, and they're making a smidgen of that pool now because it's so diluted. That's the inherent problems with that, not with Isagenix, because most of our money comes from cycles. So the big problem with unilevels is that people are encouraged to place people under their people, which I just told you not to do if you're going to maximize. So they're encouraged to do this, which again, their commission now is pushed closer and closer to the termination level, so not getting as much anymore. And now they're depending on the pools. And when the pools become diluted, guess what? These people are making now 1/3 to 1/2 of their paycheck. How do I know this? Because we have people in our business, in this company, they'll tell you the very same thing. That is a huge problem, huge problem. Isagenix, and this is key, Isagenix, know this, the biggest part of our check comes from commission cycles and not percentages of pools. Even though you can have a very good day and eat at a very good restaurant by hitting the pool one day or 1 month, depending on the work that you put in. So uni-level pools, to access the pools, let's say you need to be diamond, watch this. This is another topic called rank hostage. Say Lisa is a diamond and she's in the diamond pool. Well, in order for her to be diamond, she needs 4 silvers under her. And I say, Lisa, how long does it take to become a silver? And she says, well, it takes about 18 months to build silver, okay? And I say, Lisa, how long does it take to become a, no, I'm an Isagenix, she's in another company. Then I tell her, well, wow, to become a consultant, we can do that in a day, right? Everybody on here know that. A lot of you have done that. You've made someone a consultant in a day, maybe 2, maybe a week, not 18 months. So the point is, it's very simple to make someone a consultant in Isagenix. Why is that important? You'll see in a second. So rank hostaging means if a silver drops out of silver, okay, a silver, let's say, becomes a bronze, Lisa's no longer a diamond, right? Lisa comes out of the pool, right? So her paycheck may have dropped 1/3 or 1/2 of what it normally is. You think that's going to sting? Absolutely. So guess what I say if I'm a bronze? I say, you know what, Lisa, you need me more than I need you. You, honey, now work for me, and you're going to help build my business, or you're not going to stay in that pool. This happens all the time. What do you think the camaraderie is there? What do you think the work ethics are there? Do you think they love each other? That diamond likes that bronze? No way. That diamond has to place people and get that bronze back up to silver. That is not a great environment to be. It's a battleground. So let's see.
And that goes lower on the levels too.
Goes lower, exactly, goes lower on the levels. So, and that's true so that's called rank hostaging. Basically, the people under you determine your rank, and you're not going to stay in those pools if they fall out of status. So it's up to you to keep them at status. You're now building their business, right? That is not empowering people to be accountable. That's pushing people and growing other people's businesses. And there's so many other areas that it can hurt you, but I just want to keep this simple. Thumbs up, Jen? They're good, just can only see you. Okay. So here are the traps: uni-level, rank hostaging, diluted pools, termination levels, compression volume on your emerging leaders. We want our leaders to rise up to the top. In Isagenix, it is awesome when our leaders go ahead of us, right? And they rank higher than we do. That's what we want. right? You have leaders against leaders. And I could tell you story after story, phone call. I heard an example of a leader calling up the downline and saying, listen, you know, this wasn't how it was supposed to go. And, you know, I'm financially hurting. We got to do something about this. I mean, those are the phone calls we're hearing that are going on. It's horrible. Leaders against downline. And uni-levels, do you know this? They flush monthly, right? That's a big one. And if you remember that, you know, oh, so Jen, what happens to your volume after a month? You've been working your butt off. What happens to all that volume? Well, if it doesn't turn into something, we actually lose it. I mean, come on, right? That's not good. Say you have a company with a phenomenal product, and we have a company with a phenomenal product. Where do you want to get, what company do you want to represent? The one you get paid a little bit or the one that you get paid infinitely on? I mean, that's business 101. That's just crazy. And that's what this is. So that was uni level. I mean, it's real simple and sweet. You can watch this again. You can go over this and we'll actually have some time to dialogue afterwards. Do I have anything else that I want to talk about there before we jump to binary? No, let's talk about binary. So binary, they're beautiful. I mean, there's really, you know, where it's based on volume from your right team, your left team. You only have two teams. The toughest decision of the day is, do I put this person on my right leg or my left leg? Literally, you know, just to put them at the bottom. Of course, there's strategies involved, and of course, you can go deeper than that. But that's really the basic part of this compensation plan. You place someone on your right, place someone on your left. When you get 300, 600, you cycle out, or you can build heavy, whatever your strategy is. But that's it. That's the depth of the decisions on how to build a binary. So let's look at binary here. The advantages are collaboration, right? I put Doug on my left, and underneath I put Brenda, and underneath I put Lucy. They all can work together because they're all making money from each other. They're helping each other. It's not these building wide and one leg, where they don't work together. No. You know, that's what this is. So it builds a beautiful environment to help each other. People making money from people infinitely deep. Some people you don't know. Some people you meet on a call, and it's you have a vested interest in helping them. And not just because you're a nice guy or a nice woman, you want to help them. Financially, there's an advantage for helping this person succeed. We only make money when our people make money, period. If our people don't make money, we don't make any money, right? So it's a cohesive culture. It's a loving place. And you're cheering your team on, right? Cheering other people, even cross team. Look at this. Look how we work together. It's so beautiful. So we want them to increase rank. You want that atmosphere. Isogenics, right? We build volume on both sides, infinitely deep. We can generate up to 13,500 or 27,000 with bonuses and pools and everything else. But even if it was 13.5 on cycles, the company gives you another business that goes at the top. And I won't get into that on this call, but it really is infinite without pay caps. Oh my gosh, did I just bounce? Yeah, I just bounced ahead. Oh my gosh, where'd my screen go in pay caps? I gotta stop this. I think I left the slide out. Hold on, everybody. Oh boy is right. Let's find out where that is. Oh my goodness.
Oh my goodness.
I think I lost the slide. It's okay, because I think I remember what it was about. All right, so anybody want to tell a joke for a second? All right, no worries. Okay. Nope, I lost the slide. So let me remember this here. So we talked, there are the advantages. So a pay cap, how did I lose that? So what a pay cap is basically if you are an emerald, okay? In this company, this is a binary system. So we'll take company X, okay, not Isogenics, and they have a binary. But they'll say, listen, you can only make $1,000 a week as an emerald. Okay, I don't care if you have 2 million on one side and $1 million on the other side. You can only make $1,000 a week if you're an emerald. In order to make $2,500 a week, you have to get to what's above emerald? Ruby. In order to make $2,500 a week, you have to get to Ruby. That's called pay caps. Now, what's the downside to that? Oh my goodness, it doesn't matter what your volume is, how hard you work, how hard your team is. You are stuck at $1,000 a week, and we've seen this many times with people that have come from other companies. They were killing it, but they weren't able to rank advance to that next level. So they were stuck at $1,000 a week, $750 a week, $2,000 a week. And listen, there's nothing wrong with $2,000 a week. There's nothing wrong with $1,000 a week. But if you should be making $7,500 a week, if you should be making $3,000 a week, if you should be making $1,000 a week and you're stuck at $250 a week, it's because you're not rank advancing. In our business with Isagenix, right, you can be a 7-figure income earner and be a consultant. We have 7-figure income earners that are consultants, believe it or not. We have people that make $800,000 a year in Isagenix that are consultants. That's crazy. So when you hear people say Isagenix is beautiful on so many levels, but when the average person can make a significant amount of money, regardless if they're rock star status or not, that's huge. That's when you go with your team and not in front of your team. And you'll hear people like Susan Miller talk about this, Kathy Coover talk about this. Other people will talk about this that you know of. They did awesome, but where were their friends? Their friends were way back there on the curb, and that doesn't feel so good when you talk to your brother-in-law or a good friend to come do this business and you're making boatloads of money and they're stuck making $150 a week. That doesn't feel good. So Isagenix, I think one of the reasons why it's so successful is that the average person can make this money with you. They got to plug in, they got to do the work, right? But they don't have to be a double galactic diamond, whatever those things are, right? They can be a consultant and make high 6 figures in this business and 7 figures. So the big thing with binaries are we're not flushing volume. Okay, some of them do flush, not just uni levels. I know a couple that do flush. And there are no pay caps, and that's super important, right? There's no pay caps. There's no termination levels. There's no compression. There's no rank hostage. There's no diluted pools. There's no competition. There's no animosity. There's no fighting. It's a cohesive nature. And there's no expensive. I didn't talk about this. Some companies, and some of you are probably shaking your head, some companies want you to come to the table with a boatload of money or a lot more money. And listen, if Isagenix charged me $10,000 for this opportunity, I'd find the money and I'd pay it in a second. There's no doubt. But can the average person do that? I believe the average person could probably find it maybe, but they don't always have it. The point is, Isagenix doesn't mandate that. Isagenix allows a person to come in that works with their budget and get on the program and have a vested interest right away in a high 6-figure and a 7-figure business immediately, right? It's incredible. There's no flushing of volume. There's no dragging people. And what I want everybody on here to know, let me just exit with that. How do you get out of this?
Stop share.
Okay. What I want you to know, Isagenix really does empower people, and they're not entitling people. So I just want to see if I can find that. I can't believe I lost that slide. Oh, that's all right. I think I touched everything on the binary. The biggest thing are really those pay caps. So Jen, what I wanted to do, I think if it's cool with you, we can open up for questions and kind of talk about this. There's I've had many conversations with people on this call. If anybody has questions, we'll certainly try to answer them. But why don't we? There we go. All right, cool. So I will open this up. Jen, if you want to run that, you can run the questions and.
Yes, thank you. That was great. Definitely great. I mean, I definitely, it's like it excites you all over again. I don't know about my team on this call that, we talk about compensation all the time, but, this definitely still excites me even more when you're talking about all the other comparisons. And I was actually texting with one girl who came from another company, and I asked her what her plan was, and it's crazy, like crazy. She was just like, she only got paid 2 levels. She came from another network marketing company. I don't know the name of her, and I don't know if she wants to share. And if she's here and she wants to share, feel free to get on. If not, it's okay. But it's really crazy what we have here. And I love what you talked about in terms of the compensation drives the culture. That's like, that's really true. I never really thought of it that way. And I don't know if our team has really like wrapped our head around that, but that is really amazing.
Yeah, when John said that, it was like I stopped for a second and then realized he's 100% right. If you have a culture of combat, you're not going to be in a loving environment. It's not going to be a healthy place to be.
Yeah. You know what, guys, this is so key to understand all this, because when we're out and about talking to other people about, you're going to come across network marketers, and you're going to come across these people that understand somewhat of their business plan. And when we talk about the benefits of our binary plans, not just the unlimited, 6% unlimited forever, no glass ceiling, business center, business center, business center, nothing. But it's just, it's crazy. Like, it doesn't even make sense. People are like, yeah, right. Like, I think people don't believe us that we have what we have. I really don't. I don't think I remember, I think it took me 6 months to learn the comp plan, and then I couldn't sleep. because I was like, this can't be, this is crazy, because it was really blew my mind. And I still think 6.5 years later, it still blows my mind what is possible. And knowing that, guys, like, you get one business center at 6%. When you open up another one, you get 18% income. Like, that's also because your 600 comes always from your first business center, and you only have to build the second business center at 300 BV on to create a cycle. Like, crazy. Like, that's crazy. Yeah. You can build your spouse like you guys are doing and make 2 incomes. I mean, it's unlimited. Really.
Hey, Jen, can I address? I saw Lisa found a question from Jill Parker. She said, people are so loyal to the company, even with this awful comp. Why is that? So, great question. When you have risked everything, when you've invested in a business opportunity and you're trying to make it happen, there's a certain sense of, I believe the people that brought me in, and some of them may have been really honest and upfront with them because that's what they were taught. But companies aren't going to, the companies themselves are not going to teach the traps and pitfalls of their own company. So when you're invested in a company, you're going to see what you were fed. They're not going to show you this stuff until you start to see this happen. And then you say, oh my goodness, I've been doing this. I can't rank advance here. Why is that? And then you start to figure it out, and it's 3 months in, and your husband's pointing at the finger. I told you I'd never make any money in this business. I told you. That's very hurtful, and it's tough. And I just had a conversation yesterday with a woman from another company with another device, and she just had to call her people and tell them it actually wasn't going to come to fruition. And she is an honest person, and she found this out, and she's in a really rough place right now. So when you're vested, it's hard. But companies don't come clean with this. They don't show you the traps. You got to live it, and then it's a painful process.
Good point. Does anyone have any questions? I mean, we're open here. You know, I know there's like over 40 people on the call. Jody, I see your hand.
Sorry, I couldn't unmute there. So thank you so much, obviously, Dr. Dosh and Lisa, for doing this. You know, every time I hear this, it's just eye-opening. And something I've come across, and I think we've chatted about this a little bit, but I don't know if it would help other people, is I've actually come across quite a few people now, a handful, that were in Isagenix, or all of their mentors were in Isagenix. They couldn't make any money in Isagenix, and now they're in this company that's the next best thing. So I would love to hear your thoughts on why you think that is. I think I have my own theory, but I'd love to hear your thoughts on that.
Oh yeah, great question. And it's very simple. You know, personally, I know some people, and they didn't do the work that you all are doing. And they were sold a shiny object that went right by their window, and they said, that looks great. I can be at the top of this company. This looks like the next best thing. You guys, there are thousands, not hundreds, but thousands of new companies that come into existence every single year with the best thing that's going to change the earth. Okay. And some of them have good science, and some of them have, okay, you know, products and technology, but guess what? You need everything. You need what John Anderson and Jim and Kathy brought, and Eric brings, and the corporate team brings. You need all of the facets in the wheels to be engaged, the gears to be engaged to be successful. And we've seen these companies fall apart. 90% of them fall apart in the first year. And there's a high percentage, 80 of them fail within the next 5 years. 80% of those fail within the next 5 years. And the stats go on and on. So they're looking at shiny objects, or they've been really convinced that, you know, they're going to, Lisa and I were offered a position probably 4 years ago from a friend of ours who broke away, who started this company, and offered us a high position in the company. And knowing the company would probably tank within 3 years, we said, no way, we would never leave Isagenix. But even if it tanked, we would make a ton of money by being at the top. And we would never leave Isagenix. And those people think the grass is greener, and we see them get burned all the time. And look, sometimes there are some good companies out there that have good products, good science, and some of them, you know, if you're a rock star, you'll make great money, and you should. If you're a doer and you work hard, that's great. It's not the norm. It's not typical. And I don't think there's any other company, bar none, like Isagenix out there. I'm sorry to say. And I can actually, I think I can, maybe I can't. I can remove myself and look at this whole thing objectively and just be wowed on every level, right? So they're chasing that shiny object, Jody, I think. And look, they'll find out the hard way because there's no other culture like the one that we have.
Can I just add something? That was great, Josh. Isagenix is a legacy company, and I think that speaks volumes. We're poised for growth. They figured it all out. They are setting us up for success. What they're coming out with, and you know, it's going to be shared over the next year or so. It's amazing. I mean, truly, it's not even just one thing. I mean, what they're doing for us is incredible. Legacy. So these shiny pennies, people are like, oh, money now, but they're building. And it's going to, you know, it could. I mean, obviously, we don't know what's going to happen. It's like that shiny penny, they're making this money now, but they don't understand long-term cycles fall apart. You know, like their compensation plan is different. Also, just so you know, some leaders are paid to leave. So they're going to be on stage and they're like, oh, you know, we're making X amount of money, but their people can't make that money. And that's the thing with Isagenix. We need to show we are helping people make the money too. The 6 and 7 figure income earners on stage are growing. We are showing people, we are helping our teams make money. And so what's happening is these leaders are coming over. Let's say a company offers them money to come over. Well, that's great. They're being paid, but what about their team? They're not going to make that kind of money, but it's like showing the whole organization, oh, look at all this money I'm making. And they think that they can do it too. And then they don't. And then they go back and forth. They bounce around. The people that aren't really being successful in Isagenix aren't doing everything it takes. I mean, this is a true business. You got to treat it like a business. It's not like I can do this because I'm really comfortable, but I'm not going to do that. You got to think about it. You really have to do it all and really get out of that comfort zone of what you want to do versus what you really need to do. And when they're Isagenix business, as they share do, I mean, the tools that they're giving us, oh my God. I mean, you know, Lisa and Josh, you know how much this has grown. We didn't have any of this when we first started, and now we do. We have the duplicated system to set people up for success. They have to do the work.
I totally agree. I mean, I think whether you succeed or whether you fail, it's your fault. It doesn't matter who your upline is, doesn't matter who your downline is. It only matters how you're showing up. And those shiny objects are, you know, everybody will look at a shiny object. The people who have belief in the company that they're with and know that they're in for the long term won't chase the object. But the people who don't have the belief and need a quick turnaround and don't understand the investment of time and how that will pay off, they'll go chase the object. They'll just go from company to company to company and say each one, well, it didn't work. Well, it didn't work. And it's not it's them.
Kim has a question. Do you want to just say it, or I can read it?
Yeah, whatever you want to do.
How Josh and Lisa, how are you seeking out other network marketers in order to have these conversations?
We're you know, social media. We use LinkedIn, Facebook. I mean, we get into groups. What's that other one that everybody's hot about right now? Shaper, which you get in there and we're loud and proud about it. I mean, I never used to talk about the business because I had those viruses, those monkeys on my shoulder, those things in my head. You know, I put myself in a box. I'm a practitioner. I shouldn't be doing this. It's ridiculous. This is the best business in the world. I love what I do as a practitioner. I could never. It's not freeing. I was married to my practice, which I love, but I don't want to be married to it. I mean, I want to go to my kids' games and I want to have freedom to practice the way I want. And I do now. And it is residual. And J. Paul Getty, America's first billionaire, said, I'd rather have 1% effort of 100 people than 100% of my own effort. That's where the top 1% in this country has leverage, and they make it. It's called leverage, not from your own elbow grease. It's your elbow grease plus everybody else's elbow grease is why you can take a month off, Jen, go to Mexico, work for an hour or two from the beach if you want, or you don't work. Lisa and I, you know, our twins were born, Jackson and Josie, 3 months early. Josie was very sick. Long story short, we were out of commission for a year. And you know what? Our revenue kept coming in from Isagenix because of the team, because of what we built for 6 or 8 months beforehand. That's unheard of. You stop going to work, your paycheck usually stops. Mine would. It's crazy. People have to be open. If they're not open, that's fine. Move to people who are. It's a sifting process. So I don't remember what the question was.
So actually, the question is, where did we get this information?
This information, or how do we go after other network marketers?
On other companies.
So Jim Coover, Jim Coover's the master. John Rains, very knowledgeable. He's built several other businesses. Look for the podcast with Kirsty Cody. You'll hear all this on there. He actually came to our house and did a training. Google compensation plans. It's all there. You'll see it. Look at people who were other people talk about it, who've been out with other companies. Some of your great leaders from your team were with other companies. They can tell you best how they functioned. I mean, they're the go-to people. They lived it. And
well, I think the best way, I mean, obviously we got this information from various places, but the best way, like if you guys want to know about any other company's compensation plan and also be able to attract network marketers to your business, is get out there and ask. Say, hey, who represents Shakeology? Who represents Herbalife? And, I'd love to hear about your comp. How do you guys make money? Who can tell me about your comp plan? Just throw it out there. People will tell you because they're thinking that they can prospect you. And you can absolutely flip that on them and say, oh my God, like play down. Like, what? Wait a minute. Your volume flushes? Oh my God. Like, I can't even imagine being in that environment. That must be so stressful. Like, just play dumb. Obviously,
that's what we do, yeah.
Put yourself in the position where it would be happening to you. And it's easy to have that emotion.
I don't know. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
One other thing about, and it's kind of apropos because we're doing this group with John Stankiewicz, Transform You with the Rod Harrison training. And, we talk a lot about what you focus on, you find. And so many people are focused on, oh, I wish I had another network marketer in my business. And really, the focus that you're giving is, I don't have a network marketer in my business. And, really just switching that mindset to, I have incredible network marketers knocking down my door, telling me about their comp plan, and just that whole, the imagination, visualization. But if you're saying, I wish I had this, I wish I had that, that's not really pulling those things towards you. It's pushing them away because you're really focused on the negative part of it. So, and I know it's hokey pokey, but when you really, really dive into that, visualizing something, like I have a lot of Crystal Executive Maps, and I write qualities of people, and I put network marketers there. I put specific companies. I put whether they're a male or female, how old they are, how many kids they have, like legit specifics. And it works. It absolutely works. What you focus on, you find. It really, really happens. And so, you can't go and turn over rocks and find another network marketer, but you can visualize them coming into your life, and they will appear under, certain avenues, groups in Facebook, or you run into someone at the mall, whatever. It just. And
you can kind of see how they position it on Facebook. You can kind of see other network marketers' profile. They talk like us, they position themselves like us, and you can just be bold about it. Like on Shaper, you can have a million conversations. You tell people right away, I'm in network marketing. I see that you are too, or, I'd love to chat with you about what you're doing. I mean, there's so many ways to find people. Wendy Hyatt's on here. Yeah. So Wendy just said, so Wendy Hyatt walked into my clinic, I don't even know, 4 years ago, 5, whatever it was, she's on here right now. And she left her card at the desk, and my front desk staff, she said, oh, you're not, the salesperson came in, you're not going to call her back, are you? I'm like, of course I am. So I grabbed her card. Long story short, she came in to sell me, and she's on our team now. Why?
She's a 3-star Golden Crystal Executive.
Right. Because, she's phenomenal. And why is she with us? Because what she was doing, she's a powerhouse. She has passion, energy. A lot of you know Wendy. She's an amazing woman in the wrong vehicle. And that's what I want you to know. When you're talking to people, they're in the wrong place. That's what I truly believe. Why? Has nothing to do with them. It has to do with their environment. And so if I can just ask questions, tell me how you get paid. Here's a great thing. I say to everybody, what are some of the obstacles with that plan? What are the challenges you find? Let them tell you. They'll tell you. If someone says, oh, it's incredible and I love where I am, I'm not looking for anything else, keep talking with them and go deep. You find out, what are they looking for? What are their goals? They'll start to slow down. Their voice will drop. They might get a little teary-eyed. That's when they're going to tell you that it wasn't what it was 5 minutes ago. I promise you, most of the bantering, it's not. It's because they're trying to attract more people, but most people are not super successful in network marketing. There are some, but not the majority.
Sorry, I was muted. There's some more questions. Do you seek more business building prospects? Do you seek people who just want products? People tell me I don't want to go anywhere unless I find like-minded people. I feel it gets me off focus. So what are your thoughts?
So personally, I'm focused this year on business builders. And I love customers, but my focus for this year is business builders. Now, that being said, it's much harder to enroll a business builder. And most business builders in Isagenix, as you all know, most of them said no to the business or didn't want the business. They started as a customer. So it'd be unfair for me to say only go after them. But my focus, I want more people who get it. And that's why network marketers, the first job is already done for you. You don't have to explain what network marketing is. They get it. They're just in the wrong place. So my focus for 218 and 219 is really with business builders. I don't know if yours is the same or not.
Well, yeah, we all want like mega business builders in our business. And a lot of us have, you know, either in the beginning of our business or at some point just made that like connection where, oh my gosh, if I can just get business builders, my business will explode. Well, I have a totally different mentality about it. And it's like, oh my gosh, if I just get my butt in action, my business will explode and the business builders will arrive. We were product users. We didn't want the business. We were in the network marketing company that Wendy was in, that we converted her over. We just wanted a good product. We found the other products. We loved the products. We started sharing the products. That is where the true business builders come from. We love other network marketers, but everybody has to have that successful first 30 days. And so my focus, and this is great because we're two people and we can have different focuses. My focus is making sure those first 30 days are kick-ass. And that will either create a customer for life or someone that will share a little bit or someone that will be like, damn, I'm going to do this. And that's my focus. And I've never actually focused on that before. I've always focused on enroll, look for more people. And now, you know, I'm seeing the writing on the wall from other leaders in the business. And that is a huge factor in creating depth when you make sure that first 30 days is just stellar.
Hey, Jen, I don't know who Family is, but Family's on here. Family said, how can a consultant make that much? Well, with Isagenix, they can, because you can be a consultant and you enrolled some people and those people enrolled people and they started to find and identify and create and support business builders. So if you got business builders on your left team, business builders on your right team, we have some people on our team right now. Let's be honest and open here. We're all transparent. Some people are in a great position. They don't have to do that much because of what's happened, just the organic transformation of their business. That's just the truth. And there are people that make high 6 figures and 7 figures that are consultants because they got 2 legs, and some of them are great supporters, but they may not be high enrollers. In other companies, you've got to get to the next level to get a higher paycheck. It's not conducive for the average person. That is why Isagenix, like I said, if the average person can make money, boom. I mean, you want to do this with your friends.
Our sponsor's a consultant.
Yeah, he's not really in the business though.
Right.
Yeah, but he's not. Yeah, but he's not making. Stop it.
I just said he's a consultant.
Yeah, but he's not.
Okay, next question.
So I think the message here, guys, I think what I've always said to people, and I think this was really key for me, when I started, I said, okay, 5 years is going to come and go. If I really give this consistent effort, not constant, guys, because we all have busy jobs, other lives, consistent effort of doing the work, where am I going to be in 5 years? And that's it's not in and out, it's in. I'm in. I was in. I'm doing this. I had no network marketing experience and I really wasn't on a team like it is what it is. I have a team but you know, I still had to build, you guys, doesn't matter where you are, but you got to build 2 legs, 2 sexy legs, one on your left and one on your right. Now imagine if you enrolled 6 people and they enrolled 6 people, whatever. And all of a sudden Josh and Lisa were enrolled below how many levels, 12 levels down on one side. And then I'm enrolled on the other side. And we're feeding you guys 70,000 BV every month, let's just say, if being a 5-star. Can you imagine your cycles? That's why you don't give up. You don't know that it might not be the person you're going to enroll, but it could be, oh my God, that dog is so cute. It could be another network marketer that's like comes into your business 15, 20, 30, 80 levels deep, and you still, all that volume feeds up to you. You can't give this up. It's like a gold mine. It's a lottery ticket. It's amazing.
It's the best 529 plan, insurance plan, retirement plan, savings account, check. It is, Jen. I mean, it is a money machine if you put the work in. You got to put the work in, but you can create something. And for some people it happens fast and some people slower, but that's okay. If it happens in 10 years, who cares? You just built a residual machine.
Yeah, but you think about like regular jobs too. I mean, I worked corporate for way too long. I started, oh my gosh, I was making $11 an hour when I first started because I went straight into corporate. And by the end of my, time in corporate, I went from $22,000 when I got my first salary position a year, and I ended at $53,000. And that was over like 13 years. To go from 22 to 53, that's not a lot of growth. And I have like 20-fold, increased that in our very short 7 years in network marketing. And with the compounding effect, that is just going up and up and up. And had I stayed in corporate for another 40 or 30 years, there's no way I would ever get there. There's no way I would ever get to where I am now in corporate because of the way that with my education, with my experience, there's no way I'd ever get to a six-figure income in corporate. Just wouldn't.
And I want you guys to know one thing. You don't have to be good at math to do Isagenix. You don't have to, you just have to be a relationship and person to go out and serve and help other people. I tell people that I teach people how to make additional money and feel amazing in their bodies. That's it. I don't like math. I actually was not very good at math in school. I love money. I love teaching people how to make money. It's as simple as that. It's not rocket science. It's a great business model, and Isagenix gives us the tools to have the platform to build a business for the cost of your groceries.
Crazy to even think about it, but it's so true. So true.
Any other questions? Anyone? I don't know what time your next call is. I hope we didn't
No, we're good. We're good. We could probably do. We're actually probably gonna wind it up. I didn't realize. Oh my gosh, time flew. Woo!
Yeah. Yeah, this was fun. This is great.
Awesome. We should do this again sometime.
This would be great. We just need one slide that's missing. No, I'm just kidding.
I know. I gotta find that slide.
Yeah, you explained it well, though. I think we got it. But thank you so much.
Pretty good. But it's so, those are the basics. There's a lot more, but you don't want to know a lot more because those things, no one has a case for those things when we can eliminate that in their world. Say, listen, this is a problem, but look here. And that's it. Just having a conversation. You don't want to beat people over the head with it because they'll run away. You just want to have an honest and open, and then get on a 3-way call with someone else so they can hear the same thing. That's what we do. So.
Yeah, this was great. Josh and Lisa, thank you so much. You guys, we're always here for you. Any questions, reach out. And good night, everyone. Thank you so much.
Thank you, guys. Thank you. Love you guys.
Bye.